Hey, what's up? I'm DJ Sixsmith. You're watching The Sit Down. New boxing documentary you're going to want to check out. Ringside on Showtime. Comes out on Friday. Kenneth Sims Jr., Destyne Butler Jr. Fellas, what's going on? How are you?
How you doing? Good.
What's up? What's up? I'm good, man.
I'm glad we're getting you guys together, too, because your stories are so interconnected, and it's really incredible that we get to follow you guys for almost 10 years. So, Ken, why don't we start with you? What was it like kind of going back and watching all this and just having your life documented in such a way?
I mean, it was kind of surreal, just seeing myself when I was so young. 'Cause I was like 14 when they started, 13, 14 when they started. And like just watching the film, I seen myself basically just growing up. It's like even in the interviews, I see myself like in the beginning when I was young, I was giving them like 1-word answers, 2-word answers. But as it went on, I just see myself growing up and become the person I am today, being able to express myself better.
Yeah, it's cool that you have that documented. And Destiny, for you, I mean, we knew about you since you were a little kid, and we see all those old interviews. So what's most eye-opening when you go back and watch the documentary?
Really just how far I came, man. Just how my life turned out, you know, from the good to the bad, you know. And like he said, that's how we was really like shy's little kids, like how our voices changed, how our bodies changed, how our life changed. It's surreal, man. It's crazy, but it's a beautiful story. You know, I want everybody to tune in June 12th and just get to know us. You know, this really a story, an inspirational story, and I feel like it's gonna touch a lot of people.
I agree with that. And I think it's great also that we see the great moments, we see the struggle, we see the lows. And so, Ken, why don't we go back to you here? When did boxing really come into the picture? Because obviously your dad's a huge part of it, but when did you realize, like, this is going to be my life, this is going to be my career?
I mean, I was good at it, but that probably happened when I was about 16, because so the Olympics was in 2012, and you had to be 17 to try out, like to go to the Olympic trials and stuff. But since it was the Olympic year, I was 16 at the time, and I fought in the men's division for the first time. Like, going into the tournament, I was just like, all right, I'm gonna just see how I do with the grown men. That was my first time fighting against a grown man. I had been fighting with kids all the time, but now I was fighting 17 to 35-year-olds. I think,
Wow.
and I won that when I was 16, and that's when it clicked for me. Like, I could do something with this. Like, I might be as good as people say I am, I guess.
Destiny, how about for you? I mean, you had the early hype, but when did you realize, like, this is going to be my deal? Boxing is the sport for me.
See, I guess mine was the total opposite from him, because when I knew that, I wanted to be a lot of stuff when I was young, but boxing was one of the positive things that I wanted to be. But I knew that since like I was like 7, since I started boxing. And like after I won my first fight, I'm like, yeah, I like the feeling. But like he said, he didn't know until he was like 15, 16. But when I was 15, 16, I wasn't really trying to do boxing no more. You feel me? I was into some whole other stuff. So
yeah, and I wasn't trying to do it in the beginning. So
Right.
Yeah, exactly. So that's why we the opposite. Like, but then after I got locked up, you know, I seen Kenny on TV fighting.
Mm-hmm.
I seen my boy Lil Ed, rest in peace, on TV fighting. And I was just like, damn, like they really get to it. Like I was so happy and I was so mad at myself. Like, damn, like them boys really doing that for real. And I was just like, man, like once I get out, man, you feel me? I'ma just hopefully they own so they can, you know, make it easier for me. And I'ma just follow their footsteps, you know. I'ma just come behind them. And
Yeah. And you end up doing that, and I think it's really awesome that it all worked out that way. So when did you guys first meet up, and when did you guys kind of know of each other? I mean, because Chicago's a big place, but it's a small place with the boxing world.
I mean, we knew each other since we was like 9, 10 years old.
Yeah,
since basically our whole lives almost.
Yeah, for real. Since we was little, for real. Like probably before that, probably like
yeah, 8. We used to go out of town together all the time, be at hotels together, hanging out all the time out of town, all different tournaments and stuff. Like we grew up together.
What does it mean to you guys to represent Chicago? Ken, how about we start with you? Because there's such a pride with the city, but for boxing especially, what does it mean to be a Chicago fighter?
I mean, I just feel like Chicago just breeds people to do great things, you know? I mean, I love Chicago, and I feel like Chicago is the greatest city. And I just think to represent Chicago is like an honor. You know what I'm saying? I think when people think about Chicago, they think. I mean, honestly, first thing they think about is Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan is like the epitome of greatness. So I just think when you think of Chicago, you think greatness, and to represent Chicago, I want to represent greatness.
Destyne, why are Chicago boxers different? It seems like they're a little scrappier. What do you think that's all about?
I feel like every city of boxers has their style, and Chicago got theirs. I feel like we got an aggressive style, but also a crowd pleasing style, and that's what I like about us. Like he said, when people think about Chicago, they think about Michael Jordan. But I think when people think about Chicago, they think about violence.
Yeah.
And we turning this violence into something positive, you know. So I feel like Chicago got a lot of talent, not even just boxing, just sports, period. But some people don't have the opportunities as others. But I feel like Chicago, like we the best city. Like no matter what, I feel like we the best. So I feel like, man, I just feel like Chicago, man, like it should be a lot of attention on us because I feel like we don't get it. We get a lot of negative attention. But I feel like if we had those opportunities as other cities and like New York, like you see how when there's something happening in New York, the whole city, you know, supports them. Like Danny Garcia's and stuff like that. I feel like when Chicago fighters have fights locally, we don't really get that big support like that, you know, because I feel like people think it's going to be some BS going on involved or just something negative. But I feel like if we get that positive look, I feel like Chicago can be the next big city that can blow up.
I mean, Chicago's an amazing city, and there's more than what we see on the news, right? And that's even with your story. It's like there's more to your story than just being locked up and being away from boxing for 6 years. Like you have highs and you have lows. So you mentioned you're locked up, you're seeing Kenny fighting, like you had the whole boot camp thing. Like what were the hardest parts of that part of your life for you?
Probably just my mental, because I knew they was trying to break me. Like I knew for a fact, because before Andre and them came and was filming me, and before anybody knew who I was, like as far as boxing, like I knew people in there that I had already knew from the world already, so they already knew what was going on. They already, knew how I was coming. But once the police got to seeing like why are people up in here filming him? Like, what's to this guy? Then once they left after that, they just got on me. Like, I just kept getting in trouble. And there was this thing called motivation. You are trained from basically like 5 or 6 a.m. in the morning to like 3 or 4 p.m. in the afternoon. Like 15 minutes every hour. Mm-hmm. But it was so hot out there in the summertime, like 100-degree weather. We got on shirts, hats, boots, and we'll be training in the sand all the way into 3 o'clock in the morning. But those only for the people, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, but that's only for the people that get in trouble. So I'm on that every day, months. So I'm like knowing in my head, like, all right, they trying to break me. They trying to make me quit. They trying to make me go do my penitentiary time. But they couldn't break me. So since they couldn't break me, they had to kick me out. They had to, you feel me, make up something to kick me out.
And you were 10 days away, right?
Yeah, I was a couple weeks away.
Wow. Crazy.
I was a couple weeks away. And then when I got to the penitentiary, I was supposed to get out again like a year and a half earlier, I think like in 2016 or something like that. Then I went to the parole board and they said, no, we calculated your time on, you got to do another year and a half. So I'm like, you feel me? I was supposed to get out twice, so they did it again. I'm like, all right. But I'm still not going to let y'all break me. Like, all right, come on, whatever y'all do at me, I'm gonna get through it. It don't even matter. So
yeah, I mean, your story showcases a lot of the issues that are going on with the system, a lot of issues for people all around. And Kenny, when you're watching Des and going through everything he went through, like, what are the thoughts you have when you watch that film?
I just wanted him to get. I look at Destyne, even though he was boxing longer than me, I look at Destyne like my little brother. I just wanted him to get out and do something good. I ain't really even care if it was boxing. Just get it together. That's all.
Sure.
It's like I just feel like that way anybody that I know and that I'm cool with and that I care about, I just want, like, I don't care what it is. I just want them to do something productive, to do something they love, put they all into it.
Yeah, and listen, there's going to be challenges along the way. Like, Kenny, for you, like, you had friends that died along the way. Like, you didn't make the Olympic team. Like, What was it like going through those challenges in your life, and how did you overcome and persevere all that?
With the Olympic thing, it was just, that was the first time experience for me. Like, I was one of the youngest people at the Olympic trials, and honestly, one of the fights I thought I won it. So that was kind of like, I was just like, man, I won that fight. I didn't lose that fight. Like, and that was, I mean, I guess that was heartbreaking just because you put all the work into doing everything you can to win, and then you think you win, like you think you win clearly, and then they just take it from you, and that hurt.
Yeah, I feel that. Why don't we talk fathers here? Father's Day is coming up in a few weeks, and both you guys just have incredible dads with how they've supported you. Destyne, for you, like your dad gives you the real talk in there. He loves on you, especially when you come back for that first fight. Just describe to me what your dad has meant to you through all this.
Oh, that's my man. That's my guy. Like I was saying in this interview yesterday, he always tried to lead me in the right direction, but he always gave me the option to make decisions on my own as my own man. So he always wanted me to be my own man, and that's one of the things I respect about him. And now that I'm a dad now, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do the same for my son. I'm gonna try and lead him the right way. I'm gonna tell you what's right, but at the end of the day, you got to make your decision on your own. So that's definitely one of the better things that I took from him.
Yeah, beautifully said. And Ken, for you, your dad says at the end of the doc that he doesn't want you to be like him. He wants you to be better. What does that mean to you when you hear something like that?
I mean, my dad didn't have it easy when he was coming up. So like, I just feel like just the way that he came up, he just wanted to make things better for me coming up. And just even like the spot he's at now, he just wanted me to continue to be better. Like, I feel like that's how you're supposed to be as a parent. You know, you want to lead your child to just do greater things than you.
What has been the highlight for you guys so far? I mean, Destyne, you had that first fight where you came out after 6 years. Kenneth, you've had some great moments. Destyne, why don't we start with you? What has been the best moment of your boxing career so far?
So far, I'm gonna say winning the Golden Gloves, because that's when I felt like, all right, I'm back. I still got work to do, but I'm back. They know that I'm back. And then after that, fighting on the Adrian Broner and Pacquiao undercard, that was I like that experience too, because I got to see everything that go into a big fight like that. So that was one of my best moments too.
Those are some great moments. Ken, how about for you? I mean, you fought all over the world, Madison Square Garden. What sticks out the most?
I'm gonna say, well, I'm gonna give you something first. I'm gonna say it ain't happened yet. But as far as so far, I'm gonna say fighting at Madison Square Garden. The first time I fought at Madison Square Garden, I fought that twice, but the first time it was just because like Jay-Z was in the crowd, Rihanna was in the crowd, Jake Gyllenhaal was in the crowd. It was baseball players in the crowd, and then like the last round before my fight, I looked out in the corner. I mean, in the crowd, and I seen Jay-Z, and he looked at me, and he gave me a thumbs up. And then he talked to me for like 20, 25 minutes right after the fight when I was walking back to the locker room. He stopped me, talked to me.
Wow. That's an all-time great moment right there, man. That's awesome. Des, is there anybody that sticks out to you?
My dad was in the corner like, who is that? And I was like, because he couldn't see him for real. I was like, that's Jay-Z.
Destyne, how about for you, man? Anybody you cross paths with, where you're like, damn, this is real cool that I get to hang out with you right now?
Like as far as my boxing career period, or once I start back boxing?
Yeah, I mean, either or. Just people you've come across too that you're just like, this is awesome, we get to hang out here. You've really inspired me, or anything like that.
I mean, when I first met Floyd, Floyd Mayweather, I was like, yeah, like that's cool, that's it. Well, I ain't met no Jay-Z or none of them yet.
You got time, man. Don't worry about it. Still got time.
For sure.
So when people check out the documentary, there's obviously a ton to think about. We've talked a little bit about it. But Ken, when people watch it, what are the big things you want them to take away?
I just want to take away that no matter where you're from, like, you could persevere and make something of yourself. Even though I ain't where I want to be yet, but I'm still heading that way and working towards it. Like, don't ever give up. Like, just, even on like Destyne's part in the film, like, don't give up. See what happened once you're gonna give up. look where he at now.
Destiny, how about for you? Same question. What do you want people to be thinking about when they hear about your story, whether it's the first time or they're just finding out your story again after all these years?
Oh yeah, he just said it perfect. That's exactly what I was gonna say. Like he said, don't. I know it sounds cliche, but don't give up. Like for real, for real. Like people gonna try to break you, and there's gonna be more naysayers than people saying that you can do something. You know, there's gonna be more negativity than positivity all the time. So if you let the negativity get to you, then you're gonna be right where they at. You're gonna be stuck. But if you just keep going and you know what you're striving for, you know your goal, just stick to that and keep going, and don't stop until you get it. Don't let nobody break.
Perfectly said. Guys, good place to leave it. Thanks so much for hanging out. Looking forward to people checking it out. We'll talk to you down the road, all right?
Thank you.
Thank you.